So lonely here for extra time. Thank you very much, as always, for your tweets. Frank Leboeuf and Shaka Hislop, though, are here virtually to keep me company. What a beautiful moment. Hey, good question. I like this one. What are the dressing room conversations like after you lose because a key player gets a red card like Zlatan did? Of course, very much a turning point in the Milan derby today. AC Milan losing in the end by 2-1 against Inter. Frank, what's it like? Does the player who gets sent off apologise?
Well, I had once to apologize to my teammates when we lost against Leeds because I was stupidly red carded. So yeah, you can feel guilty, and some other players can be, sometimes upset towards you, and it's acceptable. We all play together, we lose together, but sometimes you don't need to be crazy and to make stupid mistakes to make sure you're going to lose. So yeah, it's a strange atmosphere because some players think they don't have the right to do to scream. Some others, they think they're leaders, so they have to. But it depends on the players.
Shaq, do you think Craig apologised when he got sent off in the World Cup?
Absolutely not. Has Craig ever apologised? Let's be honest. Has Craig ever apologised for anything?
But Shaka, you know Zlatan. No. You know Zlatan well. You feature heavily in his autobiography. Do you think he would apologise?
I think there's more chance of Craig apologising now for getting sent off in the World Cup in '98. In all honesty, I don't see it. And to your original question, I think when players of that character get sent off, when you go back to the dressing room, you've lost, nobody says a word.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get sent off?
I think it would be more. I think it would be more kind of,
Frank.
okay guys, I'm sorry. Okay guys, I'm sorry, I got sent off, it was stupid, I'm sorry. But if one of you say something, I smash him in the face. That would be more kind of Zlatan.
Escalate quickly, Frank. Shaka, did you ever get sent off?
Yeah, I've been sent off twice.
Did you apologise?
No, not that I recall. One time I got sent off playing against Chelsea. I'm not sure if Frank played, but I was one of 3 West Ham players who got sent off on the day.
Wow.
So it was a whole lot of apologising going on.
That's just like at FIFA, where you just get everyone sent off so the game's suspended. Frank, I know we're just going on assumptions at the moment, but do you think the youth at Chelsea should be worried about a Tuchel appointment? Or is there enough quality to warrant game time without Lampard and Morris's influence?
Well, it's a hard question. I think it will be changes. I think Tuchel will try to find his first 11. I don't know. You have so many young players. Tuchel will need some youth, and he will use them. He had no problem with Paris Saint-Germain putting some young players when he needed. He's going to be the real leader. I think he will have all the choices. And if he feels that somebody, a young player, needs to be put in, he will do without hesitation, I'm pretty sure.
Shaka, do you have any stories of playing matches in the snow? Did it make a goalkeeper's job easier or harder?
I honestly don't recall playing any games in the snow. Certainly not as a professional. I don't remember playing any. Even in college when I was here in the US, I just didn't.
Frank?
I played, in Strasbourg, where you have the snow almost every winter, and you have a half-frozen pitch as well. And we played because the field wasn't heated, so it was pretty much a nightmare. But I played a Champions League game in Tromsø, which is the north of Norway. And we lost 3-2. It was pretty much a nightmare, but we had fun. At the same time, we had fun. We lost, but we won 7-0 second leg. But it was fun, because we all have good souvenirs about that.
Frank, do teams try to have people that can speak multiple languages around to help players coming in, or do they expect the players to learn the language quickly? I've heard Portugal is good at helping with language where places like Italy are not accommodating.
Yeah, that's true. Because Portuguese, they normally speak English. I don't know, they have the tendency of trying to be more open than in Italy or France, Well, in France, most players, they only speak French, which is quite a nightmare for foreign players who come over. You know, it's always good to try to make any effort when you come to a country to quickly speak the language that you should speak in the dressing room. I remember Denis Wise, you know, hammering the Italians, Di Matteo, Zola, and Vialli, saying here it's England, it's Chelsea, we speak English, because they had the tendency to speak Italian, and that's only fair. You know, Paris Saint-Germain, for example, I'm pretty much sure that Neymar doesn't speak French, Paredes doesn't speak French. You know, they all speak Spanish.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad for me.
Frank, did you speak English before you went to England?
Well, I had the basics because at school I learned for like 5 years English, which wasn't very efficient, but enough for me to be understood and to barely understand the English, because we have a problem with the accent.
Yeah.
We understand the
So how did you learn it, Frank?
Geordies.
Did you have a teacher when you went to Chelsea?
No, I read newspapers and I was watching movies with subtitles.
Wow.
And I was listening, and I was, you know, Craig is saying, you know, Frank, he was talking, because it was for me the process of learning English, asking questions all the time with other players, because I wanted to learn quickly to be able to, you know, to speak about any subject.
It's hard. It's hard learning a foreign language when you're old, Frank. Mm-hmm. What was the hardest bit for you?
Are you asking me the question? What was hardest for me?
Yeah. What was the hardest thing about English that annoyed you the most, that you couldn't get your head around?
It's still a problem for me, because, you know, we have the Latin reflexes on the way we speak, on how to put the words.
Yes.
You know, when you say the red car, we say a car red, you know, and it's always difficult because sometimes you put some verb at the end of the sentence, and it's always complicated to make sure to get it right. Well, I have the chance now, I don't really think, and maybe I should think more when I speak English, you know, it comes quite automatically, but it's a real nightmare. You know, when I don't do the show for like 4 or 5 days,
yeah,
I have to seek for some words.
I bet.
It's a nightmare.
But fortunately,
yeah.
your pronunciation of focus has improved over the years.
Yeah, and I'm very sorry about that. You know, it's a friend of mine. Take that, you know, say concentrate, you use another word, but never say, you know, I don't want to say it because I'm always wrong, afraid to get it wrong. Focus.
There you go. And Shaka, how's learning Spanish going? Because you were doing that in the car, weren't you, on your drives to work?
Yeah, I gave up on that.
Good.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's tough. Frank, if we're going to have the insufferable conversation of best player ever, why do we never include Zlatan? I mean, I feel his contributions to his teams are on the same level as Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah, you're right. He made an influence everywhere, every club that he went to, and he's, I guess, a charismatic player. I mean, you like him or you hate him, but you cannot ignore him, that's for sure. Now, I guess because maybe he didn't win a Champions League, that's it. He played for Sweden, didn't win a World Cup, didn't have a chance to be in the last 4 maybe of the World Cup. It's why maybe he's not considered as a top player. I do consider him as very much as a top player for many reasons. I saw him scoring goals from every team that he played for in a way that I've never seen another player doing. So for me, he's a top player.
Shaka is a man who features heavily in his autobiography. What do you feel about Zlatan?
I think Zlatan is an incredible talent, really is. But as Frank mentioned, you know, didn't win the Champions League, went to Barcelona, and because didn't fit into Pep's style, that just kind of came apart to the teams really quickly. And despite everything that he did at club level, I think those two things kind of stand against him.
Yeah.
I also think that Playing in the same era, as Ronaldo and Messi, a lot of incredibly talented players don't get the kind of respect that they deserve, or maybe would have had they been playing 20 years ago, or maybe or 20 years in the future. It's just been that kind of a period because of those two.
And surely another thing which is a negative in this argument, Shaka, is if you think of all the players that have scored goals past you, Zlatan didn't on the biggest stage.
Well, that's absolutely correct, Daniel Thomas.
Yeah.
You know, I allowed Ronaldo to score early on in his Manchester United career, and me to give him the kind of confidence I'm sure he needed. But I wouldn't afford Zlatan that same courtesy.
From Shaka's starring role against Sweden in the World Cup to Shaka's former side, who are fourth now in the Premier League. West Ham, Shaq. Bloomin' heck.
Yeah, unbelievable, right? So last week, I was talking to Seb with the top 10, and he was talking about, you know, the top 10 and all the comments that we get as a result. And I'm like, listen, I'm telling you, if West Ham win, I'm going to put them in this week.
Wow.
That will send people over the edge. So I'm ready. So be warned. The regulars know I'm putting West Ham in. I don't care. I don't know if I'll get a chance to do it again. So I'm doing it this week.
Did you watch the game, Shaka?
That's all that matters. Of course I watched the game.
Yeah. Is Thomas Soucek West Ham's best player? All the media focuses on the Englishman Rice.
I still think the most important player is Michael Antonio.
Hey, there he is.
Hit 2 posts today again. Had an assist. Soucek has been unbelievable since he come in. But still, if you taken one player out of that team and would have the biggest impact, I still think it's Michael Antonio.
Final question, Shaka. Has any team approached you in the past about being a consultant, a scout for US players with a sudden surge in youngsters who have emerged in the last 18 months? Would you be interested? Also, would Frank be interested in such a role?
Well, nobody's ever approached me about that. I've never given it any thought. And in the 5 seconds since you just asked that question, I'm not sure I would be interested.
Oh, travelling around the world, looking at youngsters, Shaq, that's all right. Sounds like you sort of deal. Put it on the old expenses, you're fine.
You know how much I enjoy coming in. Who's going to keep you company on Sundays, Dan?
Well, that's well, I need some company at the moment. Exactly. Frank?
Well, Sundays, I wouldn't leave you on Sundays, Dan.
Okay.
I wouldn't leave you.
Frank, would you be interested?
No, nobody asked me. Never thought about doing it. And I'm so pleased to come on TV alongside Shaka Hislop, Dan Thomas, Craig Burley, yes, even Craig Burley, Don Hutchinson, and so many others. Now, I'm very pleased on what I do.
Why are you listening,
everyone? I'm so happy. Why do you want me to go all around the world? I traveled enough. And I'm very happy. I have one question for Shaka. Shaka, did you play for West Ham before Bernard Lama, the French goalkeeper, or after him?
After.
After him?
Oh, I arrived.
Because when?
I arrived and he left a few months after.
Okay, because Bernard Lama is from French Guyana, north of Brazil, you know, and a fantastic goalkeeper. So I guess West Ham, they had wonderful goalkeepers, you know, from the area.
God, what a boring way to end the extra time. Anything else, Frank?
It's not. You know, you don't have to be critical and you don't have to be critical. Thank you. You don't have to be critical and nasty about everything, Dan. You can be nice just for 30 seconds.
I think
just say you love us. Just say you love us. Just to finish.
I wasn't hugged enough as a child. I just take it out on everyone else. It's a small man syndrome as well.
I'd just like to finish. I'd like to finish by saying, Dan, I think West Ham are going to win the Champions League next season.
Okay, Kat. Now we can.
That's how you're ending. That's how you're ending ESPN and your time, Shaq. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.